Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, I'm on the move this morning, guys. Got on the road probably about 10:30 this morning. Running around doing a whole bunch of stuff. Made several stops already. Definitely hitting the ground running today for sure. Got a lot going on this weekend. And you have to stick around for all the videos that's going to come about it. I actually have a video coming out today on Come On Homesteading of yesterday, and that day took a turn from what I was planning on doing to what I ended up doing. I know I talked to y'all and told y'all about the dentist and all of that, got that situated, but then after that, my day completely went off the rails, and I ended up doing something totally different that I wasn't even expecting. So that'll be coming out today. It's a big change, though. Big change. But that turned out good. It's not a real long video. It's not my typical 25 to 35 minute type video. It's more around 20 minutes. But it's a jam-packed 20 minutes for sure. I'm actually almost to Russellville now. Got a couple of things to do here, and then got to keep it moving. Oh, looking at the traffic. Give me a second. It's a little bit busier today. Well, also happy Halloween, guys. I love Halloween. Normally do something for Halloween. Most of the time I go to the 41.36, and they had candy and stuff around there, and we normally do a dinner and all kinds of stuff like that, but I'm not doing that this year. I got too much stuff going on. Trying to get everything lined up for what's to come here soon. Man, it's busy here. I haven't seen it this busy over here in a while. So, but also I plan on taking a little time this weekend to get away for myself a little bit, because like I've been talking about, it's about to get extremely crazy with all the different projects and stuff like that. That's starting at the end of this weekend. So it's going to be full-blown long days and long nights for the foreseeable future. This little road right here is rough. It's very narrow, and it's not paved very well. You feel every little sewer thing and grate and drains, and you kind of see me moving and grooving. And this is one of the main streets, and with two big like F-250s, like I just passed one back there, your mirrors literally come like that close to each other because it's so narrow. It's crazy. You'd think they would widen this out just a little bit, but it is what it is. I was actually over this way yesterday as well. I've been having to do a lot of driving here lately. I stopped uptown this morning to get a toaster, and ran into my buddy that bought the 65 acres beside me, and we was talking about some things. There might be some big things happening there as well here in the near future. So yeah, just a lot of moving parts, guys. A lot of moving parts behind the scenes. Keeps me busy, keeps me young, right? If I've always got something to do, well, I ain't never gonna be bored, right? And I'm pretty good at keeping myself busy. There's always projects to do. The road, like I was talking about yesterday, unfortunately has to be put on the back burner for a minute just because it is so wet out there. Another big news is, I'll show y'all probably on an upcoming video, the creek is flowing again. It's no longer dry. It's all this rain that we got this week, that I had a feeling that it was going to happen, and sure enough, by the time it was over with, the creek is flowing again, and it'll probably be flowing all the way until summer. It might dry up one more time, but not likely. we are definitely coming into where it's going to start getting a little wetter. And, well, that, y'all know that brings its own challenges. But, it ain't that big of a deal. You just got to go with it. Got to go with Mother Nature. Mother Nature controls everything. But I've been in pretty good spirits, guys. I've been, excited about all the projects coming up. Just trying to, behind the scenes, deal with all the logistics of it and try to come up with a plan that's going to be as efficient as possible, because being efficient is going to be key to completing all of this. And also without going too broke doing it all, because all these projects cost money. That's a lot of times a big factor on why I do what I do and when I do what I do. Whenever I do a lot of tractor work and stuff, a lot of times that's got a lot to do with the fact that there's not a lot in the budget right now, and I'm saving money behind the scenes to take on a bigger project, because it doesn't cost a lot for me to run the tractor, and I can get a lot of work done and move things forward quickly with Uber. But it only costs me diesel and like grease, maintenance, stuff like that. So it's not such a big hit on my budget. And there's always fence lines to clear, or roads to make, or roads to maintain, and stuff like that. So there's always work to do with the tractor. So a lot of times I do a lot of work with Uber to allow myself time to save money to do some of these bigger projects, these building projects and stuff. And that's kind of what I've been doing here recently, because HQ costs a lot of money to get to where it's at right now. There was a lot of expense to get electric and water and fiber and all of that stuff done out there. And then plus there was also a large amount of tractor work as well that went along with that as well. But HQ is at a pretty good point now, and I will circle back to that during the winter, because I would like to work inside the shop, doing the electric and the lighting and the insulation and all of that stuff this winter in HQ shop. That way I have a full functioning working shop by spring, so to be able to maintenance vehicles and stuff like that, and to store stuff properly out of the weather and like a temperature controlled environment and stuff like that. So, and also having a project like that to work on in the winter, it keeps me out from the snow and the ice and all the elements and stuff like that typically, halts progress during the winter. So the first thing I want to do is install the wood stove in the shop at HQ. I got a wood stove a while back from Betty Boo over there, Dana, and that she gave me, that I was thinking about putting in the cabin, but I think it's going to work a lot better for the shop area, because it's not one that's got like the glass front and all of that. It's just a box, you know what I mean, with like a cover thing on it, and it's more like an industrial type situation. So I'm thinking about using that in the shop there at HQ, because it already has a hole cut into the side for a stovepipe to go out, and use that as my heating source for the winter while I'm in there working in the area. And if I can do that and get it to where it's heated and all of that stuff, I'll still be able to paint the floors and kind of all that stuff, because I can control the temperatures and stuff inside the building. So that's the goal. I believe that'll be the first thing I start on, that and framing out the walls. That's one of the big expenses, that and all the electrical line wire that's got to go, because electric wire, guys, is expensive. I mean expensive. And that whole place has to be rewired, because somebody came in and cut all the wires from the breaker box into the lights and stuff. I think somebody was going to try to steal the wire at some point before I bought it, and strip all the wire out of there. So everything's cut like everywhere. So it all has to be replaced. And then it's framed like a typical little barn shop thing. So doesn't really have walls and stuff like that, like your standard walls. So I want to frame it all out properly, and then run more plugs and stuff where I want them and stuff, and put new lights. And I'm thinking about getting a quote for spray foam and spray foaming the whole thing. That way it seals really well. Because like I said, I want it to be a temperature controlled type building to be able to store stuff in and be able to work in all seasons. So I don't know how much that'll cost, but I'm sure it's not going to be cheap. So kind of saving pennies in the background for that as well, because I'm sure I'm going to get a little sticker shock whenever they quote that out. But I think that's going to be the best solution to insulate it. And I think moving forward, I'm going to try to spray foam most things that I do, besides the bedroom that I'm about to work on the tiny house, because the whole tiny house is done with rock wool and R30 in the roof. So I'm going to keep that theme. I've already bought all this stuff, so I'm going to keep that theme in the bedroom. But I think in the future, with like the cabin and everything else, I think I'm going to do spray foam just to make it as energy efficient as possible and sealed as best as possible. Especially up there on the mountain, because I make my own electric. So the more efficient that I can make it is the better that my solar setup will actually function and work. So you're getting a peek inside my brain, guys. When I'm driving, it's kind of the stuff I'm thinking about, is all the different projects I got going on, all the different properties, and what needs to be done, and what's higher on the priority list, all of that stuff, and trying to come up with a efficient schedule to accomplish as much as possible of that in the time frame that I'm wanting to do. So that's kind of, I'm thinking out loud right now, guys. I'm thinking out loud. But happy Halloween, everybody. I hope y'all having an amazing, amazing day. An amazing day. My mom was calling. I have to call her back here in a minute. And do something nice for somebody today, guys. And take another step closer to your goals. But keep it real. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Come out.